So 26 words changed my life forever. 26 words made me into a perfectionist, a leader, and a go-getter. These 26 words were spoken hundreds of years ago, and they became my personal mantra. My sister Emily is 7 years older than me, so when I was in 5th grade, she was a senior in high school. So I got to see a lot of the finality of high school at a very young age, and I got to sit through her last field hockey game and watch her get ready for prom. I also got to sit through the eternity that was her graduation. But with that, I also got to see my family members send the oldest grandchild off to college in an interesting way. I saw them prepare her with laundry detergent, Cheez-Its, but also some wisdom. My grandfather, my Opa, wanted to make sure his oldest grandchild was sent off to college with the best piece of advice. So the one day he was reading the paper and he came across this quote. And this quote really resonated with him, and he didn't think it was only perfect for Emily. He thought it was perfect for all 7 of his grandchildren. So he took it to his computer and he typed it out in 24-point Times New Roman font, and then he sent it to the printer 7 times. Flash forward, Emily's moved away, and now I'm embarking on the biggest trial of my life so far. 7th grade. Middle school's a jungle, mostly because people just don't know who they are, and they're just gonna be mean about it. So there were many nights where I'd lay in bed and I would just be wondering who I was, if I was cool enough to be in the popular crowd, or if I was smart enough to be the top of the class. But as I was laid there, I would read and reread this quote that I had put on my bulletin board a few years before, and I kept reading, "Don't only practice your art, but force your way into its secrets. Art deserves that, for it and knowledge can raise the man to the divine." Absent-minded reading then became a conscious effort, and I understood what my Opa wanted me to take out of that quote, and I understood what Beethoven said hundreds of years ago. From that point on, I looked at everything I did as my art. As a leader on the cross-country team and on the track team, I really strived for critique and the opinions of others to see and better myself. And I also wanted to know what made them tick and what motivated them to just go 5 more minutes or maybe 1 more mile. And as a leader in my class office, I wanted to have the whole class participate in fundraisers, and I supported people's ideas for that. And I also mentored a lot of people in the confusion that is high school. And this quote really pushed me to do that and really made me want to be that person. As a painter, I focused on memories of my family. I looked through old photographs for hours trying to pick the perfect one that spoke to me. And the ones that tended to speak to me were the ones that my mom and I would sit down and we'd talk about what led up to that moment and how that photo was taken and the reason it was taken. So through this portfolio, I was able to learn about a sneaky photo of a New Year's kiss, and I heard about my late grandfather in Disney World. I also heard about a little blonde girl on her first trip to the beach, and I was truly able to delve into the secrets of what I was painting. Not only in the photos themselves, but how I painted them, and I got to see the scene play out in my head, which really added an interesting layer to my paintings. And it helped me excel when painting the 10 pieces for this portfolio. Art deserves that. So often I was haunted by these words. Art deserves that. Art does deserve that. This lesson was taught to me around my sophomore year when I had a big test and I had a big paper due at the same time. And I had my very first mental breakdown. And at this moment, I was very worried that I wouldn't succeed and that I wouldn't do very well, and that I was letting my own self down because of my personal mantra. And after talking to my mom about how this is just a little blip in my high school career and a little blip in the career of my life, my dad just said to me, "Stress means you care." And at that moment, the words "art deserved that" became crystal clear. To me, it just meant that your art, anything you do, is worth caring about. Following this breakdown, I went back to my room and reread these 26 words again and again until I remembered who who I was, and that gave me confidence. My personal mantra has spoken volumes for me as a person. Honestly, I'm not sure if my Opa remembers handing us this quote, and I'm not sure if my siblings remember getting this quote, but I remember it. And these 26 words in 12-point font changed my life forever.